I'm good here. Where to go? Would it stop me? Yeah.
Morning, everybody. Please find your way to your seats, and we can then begin this festive occasion. All right, thank you very much. I'm going to hand it over to Thank you. I'm going to hand it off to Jack Aisi.
Everyone, please rise for the presentation of the colors. Scouts, salute. Color guard, please present the colors.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in the scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to live to God law, to love people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, and to be living in moral straight.
Please join me in the scout walk.
Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, diligent, brave, clean, and reverent.
Please remain standing while the Honorable Jane Warren, former Mayor of Patterson, delivers the invocation. Madam Mayor, please come forward.
Thank you. First, give an honor to God for allowing each of us to travel here this morning safely. I am so honored to be able to render the prayer for this very special occasion. Melissa and Steve are very special parents. And when I call her Missy, when she sent me information or the bio about Michael, I was so impressed by the love that has been given to Michael. Michael is a special, special person. I've known him. I've always seen him at affairs, at Sue's. But as I read it, I thought about what God has done for this family. He has a loving family. He has loving grandparents. And even though some of his grandparents aren't here, they're looking down on him and saying, good job. And I know that God will always be with him and his family. Thank you, Melissa and Steve, for allowing me to do this honor. Let us bow our heads. As we come to this special occasion, we ask that you allow us to be able to celebrate the achievements of Michael, because he has achieved this goal with so much passion and so much love and so much dedication. I know that God has put him here for a reason. I ask God to bless him and to bless his family and to bless each one of you. I ask God and I thank God for allowing me to be here to render the prayer. I ask that you bless the food we're going to nourish our bodies with, and that you keep this family and each family represented here today in your loving care. This I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Scoutmaster of Boy Scout Troop 74, Mr. Radcliffe.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for the two of you. Also, thank you very much for the invitation. That was great. At this time, I'd like to ask everybody to please mute their phones, myself included. Hold on, I'm just trying to find my spot. Okay, so, good morning. I am Tom Radcliffe, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today for Michael Benno's Eagle Scout Court of Honor. On behalf of the Benno family and Troop 74, I'd like to welcome all of you to this Court of Honor. This time, I'd like to recognize the special guests that are here today. Please rise when I call your name. You've already met the Honorable Miss Jane Warren, former Mayor of Patterson. Sheriff James Gannon, Sheriff of Morris County. The Honorable Mr. Frank Cooney, Mayor of Montville Township. Members of the Montville Township Committee, Mrs. June Whitty and Dr. Matt Kane. Montville Board of Education President Charlie Grau and members Dr. Karen Cordolino and Mr. Michael Palma. We're also honored to recognize members from the Montville's VFW Post 5481 Post Commander Ken Hansel and their Eagle Scout Program Director Ralph Amato. Former Cub Masters Mr. John Crace and Mrs. Lisa Crace, who is also a former Troop 74 committee member. Former Troop 74 Scoutmaster and Committee Chair, Mr. George Camper. Also Cub photographer for the day. Thank you all very, very much. Now we will have the Scout Law Candle Ceremony. The Scout Law has 12 parts. Each one is vital for building strong character. Mr. Bob Engel, Alex Weiss, and Christoph Behrens, please come forward for the Scout Law Candle Lighting Ceremony. Okay, Dana. We're gonna have a stand-in. Call to the bullpen. At this time, I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Bob Engel.
Thank you. When a boy becomes a scout, there is within him something we call the scouting spirit. The center candle represents this spirit, the spirit which burns brightly within the heart of every scout. Because of the scouting spirit embodies the fine principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. When we face deceit and dishonesty, a scout is trustworthy. When there is indifference and treachery, a scout is loyal. So they can Scouts. When there is disregard for others and people are in need, a Scout is helpful. Where there is distrust from people from different backgrounds, a Scout is friendly. Where there is lack of manners and when others lack manners and are inconsiderate, a Scout is courteous. Where there is a lack of thoughtfulness and empathy, a Scout is kind. Though disrespect and bad behavior are common, a Scout is obedient. When others grumble and grouch, a Scout is cheerful. In an environment plagued by waste and extravagance, a Scout is thrifty. When confronted with the danger of moral decisions, a Scout is brave. When we see vulgarity and pollution, a Scout is clean. In the face of impiety and immorality, a Scout is reverent. Congratulations, Michael.
Okay, I've received correspondence from Chief of Staff that Sheriff Gannon has a presentation, so. That's for later? You didn't say that. Okay, so this just in, we'll hold off. Oh, okay, and the others that I would like to recognize for showing up today, Township Committee members Richard Cook and Richard Conklin. They are here. Sorry, ad-lib moment. Okay, so this is an occasion for pride and joy. As a matter of fact, today marks 110 years of the founding of the Boy Scouts of America, founded on this date in 1910. Eagle is the highest rank that a Scout can achieve. The Scouting program has specific objectives, commonly referred to as aims of Scouting. They are character development, leadership development, citizenship training, personal fitness. The wearer of the Eagle Award is the epitome of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs. Today, we have the pleasure of presenting this award to Michael Banham. And now I'm going to read 100 Scouts. Only a small percentage of Scouts become Eagle Scouts. To make this point, Mr. John Wu, Troop Committee 74, excuse me, the coffee's not kicked in yet. Troop 74 Committee Chair will now present 100 Scouts.
So good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here today. Just wanted to discuss or talk a little bit about the Weed Club Michael will be joining today. So, not every boy who joins Scouting obviously becomes an Eagle Scout, but for all Scouts, the experience they have and the life skills they learn can be profound. For every 100 boys who join Scouting, records indicate that 4 will become Eagle Scouts, 17 will become future Scout volunteers, 12 will have their first contact with the church, 1 will enter the clergy, 5 will earn the religious award, 18 will develop a hobby that will last through their adult life. 8 will enter a vocation that was learned through the merit badge system. 1 will use his scouting skills to save his own life. 1 will use his scouting skills also to save the life of another. Some famous Eagle Scouts include Neil Armstrong, President Gerald Ford, pro basketball star and former U.S. Senator from New Jersey, Bill Bradley, director Steven Spielberg, former FBI Director William Sessions, Mayor Mike Bloomberg, Mike Rowe, who is the host of the TV show Dirty Jobs, Sam Walton of Walmart, and Jim Rogers, the founder of Campgrounds of America, and one of Michael's favorite, granddad's favorite campsites. From 1912 to the present, more than 2.5 million Boy Scouts have earned the rank of Eagle, and we honor one more today, Michael. So from a personal perspective, I'd just like to say that Michael and his dad were amongst the first folks that we met when my son joined the Troop 74 about 5 years ago. And it's large part due to them that he's had some of the greatest experience to date of his life. So for that, I would like to thank you both. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Wu. As we celebrate Michael's achievement, it is important to reflect on Michael's journey that brought him to this point. Will Mrs. Lilo... Dodging curves here. Okay, so we're now going to have Mr. I hope we have a large bullpen today, because apparently we're going to be reaching into it quite a bit. Mr. Gustitis, would you come up and please read the Trail to Eagle?
Where it says me or I, say Mr.
Well, I love it.
There's no promises here. Like so many scouts, Michael's journey began 11 years ago when he joined Cub Scouts in first grade. He learned about the community, visited the firehouse, police station, first aid squad, and municipal courthouse. He learned basic first aid and CPR, how to stop, drop, and roll, escape from a burning building, get out of a locked trunk of a car, tie knots, and change a flat tire. His then built a soapbox derby car, and they got to race it. Pack meetings were fun-filled with organized chaos, with friendly competitions such as shuttle races, tug of war, jousting, regatta regatta, and of course everyone's favorite Pinewood Derby. Michael is proud of his best finish on his last year as a Weeblo 6th place overall. Yeah. Excuse me. Looking at Michael today, covered in patches, front and back, it's easy to assume that his rise to Eagle Scout was a logical next step. Truth, however, is it almost didn't happen. Michael was never comfortable in the outdoors. When he heard about the monthly camping trips, he didn't want to join. With encouragement from his father, he reluctantly gave it a try. His first trip was the traditional New Scout trip to Camp Novi Bosco. He thought it was kind of fun, and more eagerly went on the next trip where he got to shoot a rifle for the first time. He completed tenderfoot in 6 months after joining the troop, which and when something clicked and he became self-motivated. On an overnight campout, while other scouts were throwing rocks into the pond and food at each other, he completed a third, that never happens, he completed a third of the requirements for second class scout, which also he introduced the troop to Coca-Cola chicken, made with 3 of his favorite foods, chicken, ketchup, and soda. That sounds like a good one. Never heard it, I've never seen that one either. This sparked a passion for cooking, which came in handy for his future endeavors. By the end of 6th grade, he achieved tenderfoot, second class, and first class ranks. At this point in their scouting career, scouts are expected to become leaders Michael became a den chief for 2 years, then a patrol leader, and eventually a guide. After Michael became a Life Scout in the middle of 8th grade, his attention turned to merit badges. For citizenship in the Community Merit Badge, Scouts are required to perform 8 hours community service for a charitable organization. He chose to join the Hannah Mission, where he volunteered to prepare breakfast in their soup kitchens. Michael had to shop for and prepare fresh ingredients in advance, then wake up at 4 a.m. on Saturday morning to get to Patterson to prepare and serve home-cooked meals to more than 50 underprivileged members of the community. By 6:30 a.m., that was 3 years ago. He's been volunteering there ever since. At about the same time, he also worked with David and his son Ethan, who was also an Eagle Scout, to start a new Boy Scout troop in one of the roughest sections of Patterson. In conjunction with the Northern Jersey Council Scout Reach program, over the course of 2 years, Michael had led the troop meetings in historic Bethel AME Church, the same church where Dr. Martin Luther King addressed the congregation 1 week before his assassination. And because he wears red Troop 74 hoodie at the same time, Michael connected with Mr. McManus in his high school U.S. history teacher, an Eagle Scout, with the troop to become an assistant scoutmaster. By the time he turned 18 and aged out of scouting, Michael accumulated 62 merit badges, 41 more than the 21 required for Eagle. He earned the Den Chief Service Award, World Conservation Award, National Outdoor Award for camping with 3 gold devices for 100+ nights of camping, the National Outdoor Award for Conservation with 1 gold device for 50+ conservation-related volunteer service hours, Stand-Up Paddle Board Award, Paul Bunyan Woodsman Award, Keep America Beautiful Hometown Award. He is an ordeal member of the Order of the Arrow and was a top 100 popcorn seller in the council for 4 straight years with over 11,000 in sales since 5th grade. We're going to miss you for that. For his Eagle Project, 55 people volunteered 334 hours of service over 4 days to improve a nature trail and outdoor classroom at Cedar Hill Elementary School. Trees had fallen across the trail during Hurricane Sandy. Michael cleared the trail, improved the drainage, built boardwalks across the muddy sections, and other general trail maintenance. He also gave the tables a fresh coat of paint and laid down a new bed of mulch in time for the school's annual pumpkin blaze. And I'll say, I was there for that. That's an understatement. I think that whole Eagle Scout project was just a feat in trying to get things done in the rainy, wet weather and muddy conditions, but outstanding job, Michael, and that's all my section, so congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Costaitis.
Get my bill in the mouth.
Any more curveballs, or I just thought I'd tackle it now. Any ad libs, write-ins, whatever? Okay, we're good? No, I have that. Okay, very good. Okay, at this time, I will ask Dr. Karen Cordolino and Mr. Michael Palma. They will speak on behalf of the Board of Education.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you for allowing us to speak and recognize Michael's accomplishments. And thank you for the introduction. I'm here today with our Board Vice President, Michael Palma, who we're going to tag team this, and with our Board President, Mr. Charlie Grau. My name is Karen Cordolino. I'm a member of the Montville Township Board of Education, and it is always such a pleasure to attend events like this where we can honor one of our own students. Michael represents one of many fine young men and women who attend our schools, but of course, only a few demonstrate the commitment, persistence, and maturity required to achieve the rank of Eagle. As the mother of an Eagle Scout, bearing my pen, I know firsthand the kind of work it takes to earn this special accomplishment. Becoming an Eagle Scout is, in reality, the culmination of a life's work even though that life is only 16 or 17 years old, years. From Cub Scouts, Tiger, Wolf, Bear, Webelos, and Arrow of the Light, to Boy Scouts, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, and Light, and the earning of 21 merit badges, 12 of which are required for the rank of Eagle. And each, for those of you not familiar, each one of those badges represents a lot of work because every badge has multiple subcomponents. So one badge is multiple activities, and some of them are very difficult. The road to becoming an Eagle builds on increasing work and leadership. It is no wonder it can be a 10-year journey, but what an experience. And it's not only Michael that we honor and congratulate today, but Michael's parents, Melissa and Steve, without whom becoming an Eagle would not be possible. And of course, let's not forget big brother Alex, an Eagle Scout himself. Oh. Yes. He's on his way. Before I turn it over to Mr. Palma, I just want to say, my son became an Eagle Scout back in 2011, so I have the advantage of some perspective. And I have to say that everything that you learn in scouting, the character development, the leadership skills, they stay with you. And people pay attention. Colleges pay attention. The president of the college that my son attended knew he was an Eagle Scout. And employers pay attention. So these are lifelong skills and character development. And we all should be very proud. Thank you.
Well, this week's Board of Education meeting, we had the honor of recognizing Michael for his great accomplishments. Now, Eagle Scout isn't technically part of the Montville education system, but in a way it's part of education. And at the Board of Education, we always recognize these young men and women because there's more to education than just getting straight A's. A's are important. But if the only thing a young person achieves in life is getting good grades and does nothing to expand his or her horizons beyond that, they're not getting the full magnitude of their education, and they will probably have a rather poor choice of colleges that they're trying to get into. I want to congratulate Michael on his achievements. And being an Eagle Scout, there's really two types of achievements. There's a type of achievement where one can say, look at what I've achieved to better myself. And then there's a type of achievement where one can say, look what I've done to better the world. And being an Eagle Scout encompasses both of them. Michael's learned about leadership, productivity, responsibility, all things that will make him a better person. But by the same token, he's also helped the school district. He's improved Cedar Hill. He's leaving Cedar Hill a better place than it was. The last board meeting, we actually had a young lady who was thanking us for approving a club that she had spearheaded, and she was actually part of her gold project. And one of the things that was said to her is that you can really measure a person when that person can look in the mirror and say, I left the world a better place than it was when I got here. And Michael, you are truly leaving the world a better place than it was when you got here with your project. So thank you very much, congratulations, and I'd like to read the proclamation. Whereas Michael Benno is a resident of the Township of Montville, and whereas Michael Benno has been involved in scouting for the past 11 years, whereas Michael Benno earned his Eagle Scout on September 25th, 2019, and whereas Michael Benno held various leadership positions in Boy Scout Troop 74, including patrol leader, assistant patrol leader, den chief, and troop guide, and whereas Michael Benno earned 62 merit badges, and whereas Michael Benno earned BSA National Outdoor Award for camping and conservation with 3 gold pins and 1 gold pin respectively, And whereas Michael Benno earned the Keep America Beautiful Hometown USA Award. And whereas Michael Benno earned the Den Chief Award. And whereas Michael Benno earned the World Conservation Award, I'll short-circuit a little bit, and the Paul Bunyan Woodsman Award, and the Stand Up Cattle Boarding Award, and where Michael was a member of the Order of the Arrow, attended New Jersey Jamboree with 5,000 fellow Scouters, and supervised a team who renovated the school's nature trail, which had been covered in fallen trees and tree limbs and had drainage problems. He also added or replaced boardwalks along the trail. He and his team of scouts and friends also improved the school's outdoor classroom, where they laid down mulch and painted and replaced the bolts in the tables. Now, therefore, be resolved that the Montville Township Board of Education on this 4th day of February 2020 recognizes and applauds the innovation, creativity, and hard work of Michael Benno for the honor and distinction he has brought to his family, school, and community in reaching his goal as Eagle Scout. Signed, Dr. Renee Rovtar, Superintendent of Montville Township Public Schools, and Charles Grau, President of the Montville Board of Education. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, Dr. Cordolino and Mr. Palma. At this time, I would like to call up Sheriff Gannon, again, Morris County Sheriff.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Rich Cook, who's Deputy Mayor of Montville Township, but also my Director of Special Projects at Morris County Sheriff's Office and former police chief in Montville Township. It's truly an honor to be here today. I looked out on Missy, and we were been talking about this day for a while, and I don't think your husband's feet hit the ground, right? It's a significant thing. Let's give a round of applause to the family. First of all, there's no mistaking that Michael and your other son are following what they learned at the dinner table of how to make the world a better place. When you're going into the city of Patterson, which is a beautiful old city, and you're caring for people that don't have what maybe people in the suburbs have. We see it right here in Morris County, 388 documented homeless, 6th wealthiest county in the United States, right? The problems are real out there, right? Of addiction, the problems are real out there with regards to people that just don't have anything. So you don't realize that the impact that you're making on people by doing those things, And I think it's even more important than your Eagle project. Cedar Hill is a wonderful thing. 334 hours, all the people, leadership, management, all those things. Talking to people, talking to vendors to get product, those types of things. But the impact that you're making and your character and all those things are unbelievable. And I was talking to you about your future. You're selecting college and things like that. I think I'd look to follow that path that you're taking, and maybe other opportunities for you too to work directly with people on that, because I think you really will make a difference. I just want to, before we do a presentation, I want to tell you, when I come into this area right here in Morris County, county's 482 square miles, 500,000 people, and it's unique, but this area specifically, it reminds me of 1939. In 1939, a few miles from here, there was a plane crash in Boonton Township. The airstrip that, Dick Seabury, right? The airstrip there, where Jimmy Doolittle did some of his testing, the flying ace, right? And 39, there was a crash there. And the Boonton Township didn't have a police department. The Boonton Police, the likes of Charles McCoy Sr., was a patrolman at the time. And he went out there and was in contact with Washington, and they were recommended to hold the debris field overnight. They didn't have resources to do it, so they called the area Boy Scout. And the Area Boy Scouts went out there and maintained the integrity of the debris field, so an investigation could commence, you know. And I think that that's what the Boy Scouts are all about, right? They tell you how to act when no one's looking, those types of things. And it's another great example, Michael, of what you have done and moving the needle forward a little bit. So we want to present you. Mr. Cook and I want to present you with a Eagle Scout Award from the Lawrence County Sheriff. And you have a free time to come over and see us and have some pizza and soda. Mr. Cook is buying. Thank you very much. It's going viral. Thanks.
Thank you, Sheriff and former Mayor Puck. Okay. Everybody seated? Very good. Okay, so we are honored to also have VFW Post 5481 Commander Kenneth Hansel and Eagle Scout Program Director Ralph Amato here today. Please come forward to deliver your presentation.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. My roots go back a little bit with this number 74. I was Cub Master of Pack 74 40 years ago, so it's always good to see success with the troop also. I represent 80 members of VFW Post 5481. We are all combat veterans. I have Vietnam, and my comrade here is Ralph Amato. He's a Korean War veteran, and we're here to continue a tradition. The Veterans of Foreign Wars has recognized Boy Scouts of America as the nation's foremost youth program for character development and values based on leadership training. We at Montville Post 5481 appreciate the mission of the Boy Scouts, which is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them values of the Scout Oath and the Oath Law. The VFW has been associated with Boy Scouts since 1915, and Montville Post has been associated with Scouts for many years. It's become a tradition for the Post to recognize the accomplishments of these young men who have reached the rank of Eagle. Congratulations for all your hard work and dedication in pursuit of the Eagle Scout badge. Today, as Commander of the Post, and along with Ralph, we're going to present Michael during his Court of Honor with a few awards. We have a certificate, which is signed by Post members. We also have the national organization from the state, and it reads for outstanding achievement and exceptional leadership ability evidenced by his attainment of the rank of Eagle Scout Troop 74. There's also a badge attached to that. And we also have a plaque. Montville Memorial Post, Eagle Scout Achievement Award, Michael Vanno, Troop 74. We've got a lot of things here for you. And last but not least, we have a small, relatively small monetary award, $50. Spend as you wish. I always figure that will always add a little kicker to the... Okay. Really, your hard work, your dedication to service, your achieving of your goals. Congratulations, Michael. It's a job well done, really. I'm going to put a little commercial in. I know it's the birthday, 110th birthday of the Scouts today, In 2 months, it's going to be the 50th birthday of our post in town. And we're going to have a celebration, and we'll be putting a lot of information on that. So hopefully a lot of you can attend. We're going to do it at the American Legion, our sister organization, or brother organization, I should say, in Lincoln Park. So that's another thing we're planning. But we're always here to try to help the town and the people in the town. And Michael, you're a great example of that. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to ask any former or current military members, please stand. That's right. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge your service and your dedication to the country. Thank you very much. Okay. So, getting back to program. You're sure no more football? I just wanted to check. Okay. So now I would ask Eagle Scout Ron Rachorski, Assistant Scoutmaster, will present the Eagle Scout Challenge. Sure.
Learn to read the program.
Excuse me one moment. The program changes. Yeah, right? At this time, I'd like to ask... I'll come back. The mayor to come up and please do a presentation. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you very much. Sorry, it actually was on.
It was?
It wasn't perfect. It's truly an honor to be here, especially for my first one as mayor, for my first presentation. And I know this family very well. I'd like to congratulate you on your achievement and the parents as well as the scout leaders, and also for having two great kids in the community, both leaders. Alex is our commander of our Police Explorer program, and with his brother, obtained Eagle Scout. Just like to congratulate you. I will read the certificate of recognition for Michael Benno. A recognition of your affiliate to the rank of Eagle Scout, whereas October 2018, Michael Benno supervised Bothell Township Boy Scout Troop 74 to renovate the Cedar Hill School nature trail by removing all tree limbs to clear the drainage problems. He also added or replaced boardwalks along the trail in improvement to the school's outdoor classroom by laying down mulch, painting, and replacing the bolts and the ladders. And whereas the Bothell Township Committee of Bothell acknowledges and thanks him for directing and managing the Scouts to improve the ambience of Cedar Hill School nature trail and outdoor classroom. And whereas the Township Committee of Montville would like to commend Michael on his scouting accomplishments, such as earning 62 merit badges, the BSA National Outdoor Award for Camping and Conservation, 4 gold pins, Keeping America Beautiful, Hometown USA Award, the Den Chef Award, the World Conservation Award, the Paul Bunyan Woodsman Award, the Stand-Up Boarding Award, and held many leadership positions as patrol leader, then chief, and troop guide. Therefore, be it resolved that Bothell Township Committee extends their congratulations to Michael Benno for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout for the pride he brought to his troop and his scout leaders. On behalf of the Township Committee, presented this 8th day, February 25th.
Yep, that was my bad. It was on there. Whoops. Which one? As you've heard, Michael's achieved just a few merit badges and a couple of different different scouting awards. You could kind of say he's an underachiever. So at this time, it's safe to say that we can now invite. I'm going through. It looks like you're up. So I would like to ask again, Eagle Scout Ron Machursky, Assistant Scoutmaster, to present the Eagle Scout Challenge.
Okay, take two. Okay. Eagle Candlelight, Michael Benham. Not yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. First off, though, Eagle Candidate. That's a title we've had for a while, right? We're about to lose it. For something better. Okay? And the Eagle Candidate was just a temporary title for me. And you will always, in a few minutes, have the badge pinned on your chest by your mother, and you'll always be known as Eagle Scouts for the rest of your life. So, get back to the program. The Eagle is a living symbol of America, and the Eagle Scout badge was designed in 1912. It was decided to be a small silver eagle that would be suspended on a tricolor ribbon of red, white, and blue. So it remains today. Red represents the heart of the brave men and women who have fought to defend the highest ideals of our nation. To Scouts, bravery means only to have the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what is right. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. White represents purity of purpose, thought, and deed. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because it is important to him, but because of the vital role it plays with setting an example to others. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. Blue is for faith and loyalty, like the blue of the heavens. A Scout is true to his family, troop, friends, school, and nation. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. An Eagle Scout is cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up in the smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who are still on the scouting trail, just as those have helped him on your journey. Performance of the daily good turn makes on the new meaning, as you enter a more adult life and continue service to others. The Eagle Scout stands as a protector of the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You deserve much credit for achieving Scouting's highest award, Michael, but wear your award with humility. Ever mindful that the Eagle Scout, is looking up to you mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up as an example. May the oath and the Scout law be your guide tomorrow and always.
I'll get you to it. That's what I'm asking. Yes, there is.
Last one.
It's okay. All right. Another call to the bullpen. I will now ask Eagle Scout. It's so neat to be able to say that now. Matthew Crace, please come up and administer the Eagle Pledge. Everyone, please rise.
Please repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligation and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example and my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting. Better scouting. And better citizenship. In my troop. In my community. And in my country. And in my contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Crace. Everyone, please be seated. Now, I can finally call you Eagle Scout Michael Bueno. Congratulations for reaching the highest honor in scouting. Your hard work and dedication to scouting is an inspiration. I'm glad that you'll continue to be a role model as an assistant scoutmaster in the troop. May the skills and lessons that you've learned during your scouting career guide you to even greater success in the future. You are prepared. At this time, I will ask that Melissa and Stephen Benno please stand with Michael. Mrs. Benno, please place this neckerchief around your son's neck so everyone may know you will continue to support him as he becomes a man.
Too tall.
Michael, please pin this miniature badge on your mother's heart in recognition of her love, encouragement, trust, and faith. As an Eagle Scout, may you never, ever, 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 ever disappoint her.
So far, Sean.
As a reminder, never disappoint your mother. Just do it. Mr. Benno, please pin this Eagle badge on your son's chest so everyone may know that he is an Eagle Scout. It looks okay, we didn't draw blood, but just be reassured, okay? There's plenty of scouts here that know first aid. Michael, please pin this miniature badge on your father in recognition of all the years that he stood by you and offered his encouragement, support, guidance, and the occasional good, swift kick. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Eagle Scout Michael Benno. Thank you. In order to encourage Eagle Scouts to remain active in the troop, a Scout may earn an Eagle Palm for every 5 merit badges beyond the 21 required for Eagle rank, as long as they are active in the troop. A Bronze Palm represents 5 extra badges, a Gold Palm represents 10 extra badges, and a Silver Palm represents 15 extra badges. Because Michael has earned a total of 62 merit badges, 41 above the minimum required. He has earned 2 silver palms and 1 gold palm. Congratulations.
It's gonna take a couple minutes.
Okay. At this point, I will ask Mr. Benno to offer or deliver some remarks.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here. I don't think I've seen this many people in here since the fish and chips dinner from the women's club. So thank you everyone for coming. We're really grateful. Immediately after the ceremony, Michael will be taking your popcorn orders, so I have your checkbook. You know, when his older brother Alex was in first grade, I asked him, Alex, do you want to join Cub Scouts? And he said, no. I asked him several times, but it just wasn't his thing, and that was fine. But I learned my lesson, so when it was Michael's turn, I said, hey, Michael, you have Cub Scouts after school on Tuesday. And he said, okay, and that's how it began. When Michael was in 5th grade and Cub Scouts was ending, there was a time gap between his first Boy Scout meeting. I knew he was anxious about the transition, and I was afraid to ask him if he was going to join. He said he would, but I could tell he was unsure. I remember very clearly, we were driving in the car a few days before that first troop meeting, and he said, Dad, you know, I don't want to join Boy Scouts. My heart sank, because I knew that scouting would be really good for him. It would get him out of his comfort zone and experience new things that we would never do on our own. I told him to give it a try, and to his credit, he did. I also remember very clearly when he was in 8th grade. Once again, we were driving in the car, but this time he said to me, Dad, I can't believe I'm a Life Scout. I couldn't either. When I look back, it's amazing how much he has grown. He was always very kind and responsible, mature for his age. The Boy Scout program was the perfect platform to encourage his best qualities, challenge him to try new things, and gain the confidence to lead. It's always one of the few youth organizations, it's also one of the few youth organizations that lets you build bonfires and your inner pyromaniac come out. Apparently, you've been saving dryer lint for 7 years now. But anyway, I'm so proud of the work he did for the Soup Kitchen and the Patterson Troop. He demonstrated compassion and a desire to serve, no pun intended, developing relationships with people and communities that are well beyond the Montville comfort zone. Now, after everything he's accomplished, it's hard to imagine him not being an Eagle Scout. He is extremely committed to scouting. He remained active in the troop right up to his 18th birthday, going on as many campouts as possible, and working until 1 a.m. with the merit badge counselor on his last chance to get one more merit badge. True story. You will be hard-pressed to find him not wearing his Troop 74 sweatshirt. At school, he's known as that kid who always wears the red hoodie. He wears that thing every day, even when it's 90 degrees out. He's now an assistant scoutmaster in the troop and is planning on going on the upcoming Youth Scout trip in March as an adult leader for the Cub Scouts who are joining the troop at the end of the month. It's fitting that his first camp out as an adult leader will be the same trip that was his first camp out as a youth 7 years ago. I'm so grateful to all the volunteers, past and present, who are here and who are not, who have volunteered their time and passion to provide him and me this amazing experience. Michael, I love you, I'm proud of you, and we need an adult leader for the April trip, so congratulations.
Thank you, that was great. You didn't leave a box of tissues up here for me, though. Okay, so where are we in this thing?
It's time for your song and dance number.
Oh, we all know that that's not going to happen. Oh, that's great. So now, and much to everyone's pleasure, I'm sure, you'll all be happy to know I'm not going to sing and dance. At this point, I will ask Eagle Scout Michael Benno to now come up and offer a few remarks.
Trying to get quick and short. So anyway, when I was writing the speech, my mom said the crowd isn't expecting Shakespeare, so prepare yourself. So first off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to my Court of Honor. I'd also like to thank everyone who helped me on the journey to become an Eagle Scout, including Mr. Fallon for giving me advice on my project that he's in here, and Mr. Radcliffe for also helping me and giving me advice for what I need to do through my starting career. And of course, my parents were always helping me and encouraging me along the way, especially my mom, who showed me the most support, for all those times when he said, "No, I'm not swimming on that patch. No, I'm not doing the laundry after that camping trip." All the good times when she supported me. When I started Boy Scouts, as my dad said, I wasn't sure if I could do it. It seemed like a new and big thing, and it seemed a little scary to me. I wasn't sure what to expect either. After some encouragement from my dad, just a little encouragement, I continued doing it. Over time, I started enjoying it. I started making friendships with the other scouts in my troop and started seeing the fun in scouting and started having some crazy adventures in scouting. Like one time on a canoeing trip, the water coming out of the pump didn't look so good, so we literally had to, canoe up and down I think it was like a river, to look for a reservoir, to look for water, and then eventually the Plum de Arroz turned green, and it looked good either way and tasted fine, so that's the most refreshing green tea I ever had. But then on another time, during a troop meeting, it was like the Olympics in the meantime, so they wanted to do some fun eventful stuff. So one time they were doing floor hockey in the troop, in the, where we were meeting. And as I got back from getting some water, I almost got hit in the face by one of the balls as they were being launched at the goal. And it really hit my nose a little bit and bounced off the wall, and I was perfectly fine. Not traumatized at all. So when I looked at all the merit badges that were available, I was intrigued by how many there were and all the different kinds of activities that you could do. Even when I was in 6th grade, I was finding out which ones I wanted to do at home and at camp and all that. And I was planning, did I do most of them? Nope. But slowly but surely, I started earning them. At the Court of Honor, after my first week of summer camp, I looked at one of the other scouts in my grade and asked him, man, how did you get so many merit badges you played with? Because I worked on them. That's surprising, right? Little did I know that the tables were turned, and I would eventually earn quite a few more merit badges than him. I also saw another scout who earned 55 merit badges, and thought, wow, that's a lot of merit badges. That must have been hard to accomplish, but over time, I started earning more and more and thought, wow, actually going close to the 55 merit badges. Before I knew it, got close and it would eventually beat that number. If I 7 for the record. I'm so proud of that. But at the end of the day, Boy Scouts taught me what it meant to be a leader, to look out for everyone else, work hard for your goals, to just have fun no matter what, and how it feels to almost get hit in the face by a ball. Now, I've done many things I never thought I would do otherwise, like boating, rifle shooting, shoot a bow and arrow, or go boating and be able to jump out of the boat and get back in without being yelled at by the lifeguards. But it also taught me to push my limits and what I knew and have done before. And coming off of that, I wanted to lead that to present my Eagle Scout mentor pin. This person has really pushed me to get where I am right now. Without them, I wouldn't have stayed in Boy Scouts. I wouldn't have become Eagle Scout otherwise. And I would have done it without him pushing me and telling me to get some things done slowly but surely over time. So Dad, I'd like to give another person to you.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Like I said, thanks again for coming.
Thank you, Michael, and congratulations, Steve. Okay, so I don't usually prepare anything for the Court of Honors. I kind of go off the top of my head, but I do keep it brief, so you'll be happy to know that.
You need to prepare next.
Sorry?
You need to prepare next.
Right. So, there will be no slideshows, and anybody in the Scouts already knows what that's all about. I won't go into that.
We will have a slideshow, but not.
I did not put it together.
That's an inside joke for.
So, long story short, I put together a slideshow after a long trip to New Mexico. It was a Scout trip, and in providing the slideshow at one of the Court of Honors, I didn't realize that many of the slides came in sideways and were not formatted correctly. So during the course of the presentation, most everybody in the audience was doing this from time to time in order to get the gist of what the slide was. So you'll all be happy to know that the slideshow that they'll be presenting here today will have none of that. So thank you. So I remember joining the troop, and it was after Michael and Steve did. So the very first camp out that we had, I remember Michael was on it. And I remember back to, I reflect on how he was just, full of life, but, at a young age, it was clear that he really didn't have any focus yet. But I realized over time that changed, and his focus and his drive to achieve Eagle was definitely, there. It was interesting because as time went on, and I eventually became a Scoutmaster, I was barraged almost on a weekly basis at the troop meeting with, hey, Mr. Ratcliffe, can I have another blue card? So the blue cards are necessary in order to begin the process of gaining or earning a merit badge. And as you know, and you've already heard, Michael got a few of them. So it's nice to see that at this point you finally achieved what you worked so hard to attain. And I, for one, wanted to say congratulations. Now back to the speech. So we will conclude this Court of Honor by extinguishing the candles and retiring the colors. The reception will begin immediately after conclusion of the ceremony. A reminder that a scout is courteous. Scouts, please let our guests serve themselves before getting in line. Senior Patrol Leader Jack Aisi, please come forward and lead the closing ceremony.
Will Aiden Angle, Johnny Sosnowski, and Justin Dugury, did I say that? Sorry. Please come forward. May the red of the Eagle Badge always remind you of courage. May the white of the Eagle Badge remind you always to be honorable. And may the blue of the Eagle Badge always inspire you to be loyal. The color guard will now retire the colors. Please extinguish the rest of the candles. Okay, now the color guard will retire the colors. Everyone, please rise. Color guard, advance. Attention, Scouts salute. Two. Scouts, please join me in the Scout closing. May the great Scoutmaster of all Scouts be with us till we meet again.
Good day, Scouts.